Hello, everybody. It's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another game review. That's right, I've got a bunch of games I've been playing, and this one was requested by several of my subscribers on YouTube. So here it is. This is my review for TMNT, Mutants Unleashed. It was developed by a heart full of games and published by Outright Games and originally launched on October 18th of 2024 on pretty much just about everything. You can play this on every single gaming system. They did not hold back on releasing them. Now, what exactly is it? Well, as you can see from the footage I'm showing here, which is early on in the game because I don't want to have spoilers for this game. This game's got a lot of spoilers. I'm kidding. It's early footage, though. It's a third-person classic style beat 'em up. Now, it has a main single-player story mode, and you can also have a buddy join you in for local co-op. So if you happen to have a friend over with a couple of sodas and a couple pizzas, you can play in a local co-op game throughout this, and it's not bad. Each turtle has their own unique play style and their own little different moveset, and this is set in the universe after the 2023 film that came out. So I never really seen the 2023 film, but I will say that the art style of it was rather unique. It was almost like into the Spider-Verse, am I correct? It has all these weird visual effects that they use that in the movie itself look really neat. But I'll get into how it works when it's actually into a video game. Now, like I said, it takes place after the 2023 film, and it finds the mewbies, basically the mutant newbies in New York City, that are turning hostile because of contaminated water that makes them violent. So the turtles are pretty much going on different quests, beating them up, knocking the crap out of them to try to solve this mystery of why they've turned hostile, what the reason is, and saving New York City. Now, as for the graphics, they're okay, but this is one thing I have to actually point out. They try to mimic the graphics and the effects of the movie, and it just doesn't, to me, work. It looks like a really outdated game with the graphics and animation, and I realize what they were going for. I really truthfully do. They wanted to stay true to the art style of the movie, and they tried their best, but there are some effects that just can't be replicated properly in a video game that actually represent stuff that's from the movie. And in this case, it kind of makes it look like really, really kind of low brow and low quality, even though it's actually built quite well. Now, once again, it plays like a standard third-person beat-em-up, with most all the battles almost being like a fight gauntlet. You'll move through these areas that are quite linear, small, compact areas with different jumps, different angles of the camera as you go through, like busting boxes, doing double jumps, climbing areas, and getting to these enemies and just pummeling the crap out of them as fast as you can. That's the key thing with this, is trying to beat the enemies as fast as you can to get a ranking, because it has a ranking system that honestly, it's kind of weird to say this, it reminds me of Devil May Cry. The ranking system in this reminds me of Devil May Cry. Depending on what sort of moves that you do and how fast you defeat the enemies, you will get a ranking of anywhere from a low grade all the way up to an S. Ain't no triple S's in this, but nonetheless, this is a game that is meant for little kids. Now, I got really yelled at when I did a review of a How to Train Your Dragon game that was obviously a game for a little kid a long time ago. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't do that this time, and I'm trying to put my mindset into the age group that this game was obviously designed for. This game was designed for people in the age group of 5 to 10 years old. So I wanted to be realistic with it and put my mindset and realize if I was a 5 to 10-year-old kid and I had watched the Ninja Turtles, the newest movie and the newest iterations of it, how I would feel playing this game. So that's what my review is based on. So I'm not going to be nitpicky. I'm going to try to honestly be non-biased with this. It's going to be hard, but this is just going to show how good of a reviewer I am. Now, each of the turtles, along with their normal moves and irregular moves, also has a charged up super move that they can do at certain points in the game, which is cool. It's over the top and flamboyant. It looks neat, and honestly, it's quite nice. And the game itself is actually quite long. I'm surprised for a game that is meant for 5 to 10-year-olds is this long. It really is. It's 12 to 16 hours long. Now, you can get through it a little bit faster if you skip everything because, man, these turtles and all the characters talk a lot. Oh, my goodness, they talk a lot in this. And as you go through, most of the levels are just enemy gauntlets, fighting, beating these enemies, smacking them down, but along the way you will come to boss battles. And there are 7 main boss battles in this game. And some of these bosses, most of them, have multiple different phases that they change into as you're going through the battles, which is actually pretty cool. You know, I found some of them actually quite challenging. It's no rocket science, though. You basically know how to get out of the way when they're attacking. There are certain things that stun them that allow you to do damage, while other moves don't affect them at all. And, you know, but honestly, for a game made for little kids, I could see this being really, really fun and entertaining. And at the price of only $39.99 on all gaming systems, the price isn't that bad either for how big the game is. So there's a good amount of playthrough and playtime on this title for a young kid and his friend to actually play through. So I actually think that's great. Now, this is one thing I have to point out, though. Since this is on every single gaming system and it doesn't really have any sort of visual fidelity upgrade on the current gen systems, honestly, for the price, since it's the same price, naturally get on current gen. But if you're expecting some visual fidelity upgrade on the current gen compared to last gen, this doesn't have it. It's the same game on every single system. And, you know, visually, the graphics, they're bright, they're colorful, they're appealing. The animation's decent. The voice acting is actually really good. But this is the part where I have to actually say my personal feelings here, okay? Now, once again, I'm not going to be mean. I'm just going to voice my personal opinions. I, myself, am an OG Turtle fan, okay? I love the original cartoon show back in the day, and the movies are okay. And even the newest Michael Bay movies were okay. But I honestly am not a fan of the art style of these particular turtles. The movie, I didn't like the art style. I don't like how they're animated. I don't like how they're designed. I don't like how April O'Neil looks, but that's just a personal issue with me. But I could totally see if someone's coming into the turtle life, so to say, that it wouldn't bother them in any way, shape, or form. It's vibrant, it's bright, it's colorful, and I can see a lot of people playing this and having no issues with it. That's just something that, you know, since I'm an old guy, I'm 50 years old, okay, people? I like the old school turtles better, and I always will. So that is a personal preference. But that does not deter from this game. Honestly, it played good, considering the fan base this is for and the age group it's for. It actually offers a lot more content than I was expecting. I can see how the boss battles will be quite challenging to people. And honestly, I actually, if you have kids that like Ninja Turtles, I can recommend this. Like I said, my personal feelings are I don't like the art style. And it does have very basic standard mechanics, but considering the age group is 5 to 10 years old, I have to say, honestly, that I actually can recommend TMNT Mutants Unleashed if you have little kids that like Ninja Turtles. Now, if you're an adult, this game is definitely not going to be for you unless you're just a diehard Turtle fan and you want to play anything Turtle related. But just keep in mind, if you are an older gamer that's more used to sophisticated mechanics and stuff, this is just a bare bones third person beat 'em up. So as long as you can get past that and you don't have a problem with the art style and the constant jibber jabber of all the characters constantly talking, I can actually recommend this. It's definitely, if you have kids, this is actually a great game. There's nothing in it that I think is going to be derogatory or bad, and I think your kids will have a good time with it. But that's my personal opinion. Please leave in the comments below if you played TMNT Mutants Unleashed yet. What are your personal thoughts? Do you feel I left anything out? Do you agree or disagree with me on this review? Was I too biased, or did I actually try to to call it down the middle this time. Please leave in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and of course here at Devil Dog Gaming, we always end our videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember people, the devil is in the details. Peace out until next time.